Welcome back to my channel, guys. It's me, Irvin, with another anime review. This is going to be on the Dungeon of Black Company, which is one series that I did not expect to actually enjoy more than I really did, to be honest. But it was good. It was a good series. I watched it dubbed, so you guys can find it dubbed and subbed on Crunchyroll eventually. It is dubbed right now on Funimation, but Funimation is moving all their library to Crunchyroll, and I don't think it is on Crunchyroll yet, but it will be. It will be. So, before anything else, guys, if you have not done so by now, make sure you subscribe to my channel. There is a giveaway happening. I think still happening, depending when this video is released. And make sure you check it out. Make sure you get some free stuff for your collection, and follow the instructions. One of them is to subscribe. So if you haven't done so, make sure you do now. Comment, like, and share. That always helps the video. And I do. Hopefully, we'll have more anime reviews regularly for you guys here. I'm trying to watch as much as possible, but sometimes you win some, sometimes you don't. Okay, let's talk about the Dungeon of Black Company. So we follow the life of Kinji, and Kinji is isekai'd into a world where he's kind of forced into debt and then forced to work for a company that he is just at the bottom of the company. Now, in the real world in Japan, he actually had climbed the chain and he went through the whole struggle of basically becoming one of the richest persons and one of the nicest lives that he had. He was very ambitious at a very, very young age. So he's very much not happy at the position that he's at in this world. So he does a lot throughout the series to essentially climb that ladder of importance, right? At one point, like around episode 3 and 4, he is climbing that ladder and he's doing well, where he's making a lot of money in the dungeons. At this point, he has already made friends with some of the main characters, which is Wanabe, sorry, which is a lizard man who he kind of forces to help him in the first episode to mine, and they end up actually ranking up because of it. Rimu, who is a monster that he convinced to not attack him as long as he feeds her, and throughout the whole anime, he's feeding her. And then up to this point, we know who Belsa is, which is like the lady on top, and is making him basically suffer. And that's really about it. You have these two, and you also have the ant queen, who is now under his direction as well, because Kuno is under his direction. So they kind of just all worked out, right? He has the ant queen, ant workers under him, etc., etc. So Kinji is climbing up. He's not up there yet, but he's still in a good position. And what happens is he's kind of isekai'd again into the same world, but in the future. And we meet new characters in the future. One in particular called Ranga, and Ranga essentially. This happens for like 2-3 episodes, which is very trippy because I kind of felt like they were going to stay in the future, but they didn't. Ranga's kind of showing Kinji what the consequences of him not doing anything or not moving up in the ranks caused the world. And essentially, Belsa, the leader of the company that he's in, she basically found magic within the dungeons, and I think it's like level 5 or something like that, and that made her extremely powerful, and also essentially made her a dictator in the world, where the monsters end up hating her, and there's a whole revolution. Like there's a whole mess of monsters attacking humans, and then that's kind of how the world ends. It's just a mess. So Kinji returns to the past. He's with Rimu still. He returns to the past. Wani Bay is still there. Ranga goes with them to the past. She is the ancestor of one of the warriors that is very loyal to Belsa, which is Kinuoshia, and Kinuoshia eventually joins Kinji as well. And yeah, it's nice. Eventually, they do stop Bosa and Kenji does climb up the ranks. There's a lot of episodes that eventually leads to that eventually, but each episode on its own is good, is decent. I will say this is probably one of those that you can't bench. You can't just sit down and watch everything at once. I think the over the top comedy can get over the top, and can be overwhelming if you watch maybe more than 2 or 3 episodes at a time. But it's still funny enough where you would enjoy watching it. Now, um, they I think end the series with a possibility to a second season, but not really giving you the news that there's going to be a second season. Um, because he ends up with, he's conquered that world essentially, but he wants to conquer other worlds, is what he says. And he's finding the magic to travel to those worlds. So they kind of do leave it open ended where they can restart the series if they wanted to. My point of view, this was a good season. Leave it as it is, one season. People would enjoy it as what it is, and it's not more than what it is. It's just a good 12 episode series where you get a good chuckle. It's a good leisure anime, and because of that, I'm gonna give this one deservingly a 6.75. I don't think it deserves a 6.5. I don't think it's still up there at 7, but at 6.75, I think it's fair. It's a good standing. It's one of those animes that you will enjoy, maybe not remember so much. Now, my anime list does have it at 7.2 time of recording, which means people are thinking a little bit higher. I will say my rating is a little bit. I mean, I don't put animes at 9 or 10 unless they're at 9 or 10. Like they have to be really, 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 really good. And this one obviously is not even close to that. So yeah, I mean, I sort of agree with this. I know a lot of these people, different people rate different ways. Some people do give a lot of tens, quite a bit, and that's just not me. So I like to reserve those tens and even those nines to the ones that are actually amazing. So, anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this. If you have not done so by now, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Again, go check out my other videos. There's a giveaway. There's Pokemon cards. There's first impressions. There's a lot of stuff out. So go check every single thing out if you can. And thank you for the support. Like always, don't be strangers. See you guys.